So the Canucks wore their reverse retros last night in their loss against the Devils, another loss. But they looked pretty good. I thought they looked really good. I personally do like the Canucks reverse retros that they have. But I did not like that they put, well, I mean, you thought that they'd probably put them somewhere, the TD logo, and it just wrecks every jersey. It just does. I feel like I kind of understand vegans a little bit because I just think that I hate that people have been okay with teams putting ads on their jerseys. Just so many people have been okay with it. Oh, you won't notice them. I notice them so much. They're so annoying to me. I loved seeing the first game, well, the first bit, I guess, between the Canucks and Oilers. There were no ads. Then I watched another game. Oh, that's atrocious. It's just so bad. I hate them. I wish they would never come back. And I wish people would not be okay with having them there. Like, come on. Like, why are we okay with this? It's so bad. It's so awful. But anyway, that aside, I just noticed that on the Canucks shoulder, they had it on their reverse retro, and it just wrecks it. It just wrecks everything. But anyway, so with that said, that's not even what the video is about. It's just, I don't know if any other teams have used their reverse retro yet. Their 2.0 yet. There might be some today that use it. I feel like I saw November 2nd somewhere. So probably somebody uses it today. I'm not sure who, but we'll see some of these on ice. But before we do, I will tell you what I think on each teams' jerseys compared to their last batch, right? Comparing teams' reverse retro 2.0s to their first batch. And I'll tell you which one I like better. And I kind of have in mind just to kind of ask the question, was this batch better or was the last batch better in overall? And so this isn't the perfect way to do it because teams are against their old jerseys, but that's kind of what I'm going to do here and just kind of show my thoughts of which reverse retro series I thought did a better job, even though both had amazing jerseys and both had their, not the best jerseys. And I think my initial thought going into this was just that the first batch had higher highs and lower lows, and this batch is kind of like not as low of lows, but not quite as high of highs either. It's funny, I recorded this probably a week ago, and then my voice didn't actually record, and then I was like, I'm done with this. I realized it was October 25th, and I was like, oh man, Bannerlord. I wanted to wait until the full game. I like waiting till full games actually release so I can get the full experience as my first experience. So I waited till Bannerlord actually came out, and it came out on the 25th, and it's been pretty good. I love it. I love it. I know if I maybe had played it, for a long time already, I don't know if I'd be as excited, but it's pretty good. So, I've been really busy and I've had a lot of free time that I've just thrown into that. So I never re-recorded this video. So I'm kind of thinking, oh man, I hope I remember what my choices were. I wonder if they've changed already, because I made this PowerPoint a while ago. So let's go through it anyway. I took 3 minutes and 40 seconds to explain this. Let's just get into it. Anaheim, which reverse retro was better? I love both. I think both were awesome. The Wild Wing jersey looks so good in white, except it's kind of weird that he's breaking out of, water, but ice is not really all white, even though it kind of seems like ice is white because, the NHL paints it. So I could kind of, it's not that blue, I don't think, but maybe somewhere. I shouldn't say blue. That's obviously, well, is it? What would you call teal? I'd call it green. I would call it a type of green, but it is kind of green-blue, right? What is teal? What is teal? What is it really? Is it green or is it blue? Somebody probably knows that. But anyway, love both jerseys. Love the original Anaheim head as well. The original Anaheim Mighty Ducks logo in the orange looks very good. Love both reverse retros. I chose the orange one just because I'm not necessarily basing this off of, once again, I'm not really basing this off of a reverse retro standpoint. I'm more basing it off of what I think is the better looking jersey. So I mean, they both kind of followed the reverse retro kind of format. In a way, more so the Mighty Wing jersey, because it's actually a reverse of the retro colors, whereas the new one is a retro jersey with their current colors. But either way, I think the better looking jersey, as awesome and fun as the Mighty Wing is, I think the better jersey is definitely the original template with the current colors. So let's move on. Let's go to Arizona, and I love, again, both of these. Both of these look so good, but I definitely have to go with the new 2.0 jersey. Just that sandy color. I think the sandy color works better with how the bottom of the jersey looks. The Space Coyote in purple is really more of a Space Coyote, kind of, but I think the bottom part works better with that sandy color and that sandy tone far, far, far more. They still have some purple in the sandy jersey, which is pretty cool, but yeah, I think once again, the 2.0 strikes for another victory. This one, I love both again. I love that I can say that I love both. It's just nice to get a bunch of new good jerseys, even though some of them are not not as good. But yeah, I love both. I love that they brought back Paddington. Some people have been calling it Pooh Bear. Actually, I think most people have been calling it Pooh Bear. It's like, does that really look like Pooh Bear? Or does that look like Paddington Bear? I think it looks like Paddington Bear. So, let's call it Paddington. Or just don't call it any of that. Just call it the bear. The bear on the Bruins jersey. No. But I have to go with the original one just because that yellow is so nice. I love that yellow. I know I actually like the Nashville jerseys that are all yellow, all gold. I don't mind those at all. But it's a little bit of a stronger look than this. This is just a nice thing to look at. It's just nice and soft yellow. I don't know what the color is. I don't know colors that well. I just know it's yellow. A lighter, softer yellow, So, yeah, I just love that one. I think it's awesome. Buffalo, if you've seen the other video, you probably know what I'm going to go with. Definitely that one. Again, I love that it's the actual Sabres, first of all, the team name, not the city name, as the logo. But I do love that goat head logo. Why do I call it that? I'm so used to it. It is a buffalo. It's a buffalo, guys. It's totally a buffalo. I don't even see that it looks like a goat. And yet I'm calling it the goat head because that is like what the name has become in the popular opinion of most hockey fans. So, yeah, whatever. I still like, I'm calling it the goat head. That's a new low for me. I've been so much against people calling it that. Oh, I've become the very thing I swore to destroy. No, but yeah, it's a buffalo head anyway. But yeah, I think I much prefer the old one. I think the old one looks better with the blue and yellow, but at the same time, I think they both look way better with the red and black. I think both jerseys are way better with red and black, and I just prefer. When I was young, I always preferred that old school. It's not really old school, but that kind. Actually, back then it was new school. That kind of like sabers crossed with the sabers being like way bigger and more threatening looking, and I always love that. So anyway, yeah, that gets my vote here. This one, if you've seen the video, I hate that seam in the middle there. As much as I love the white C, as much as I love the stripe coming back, I hate that seam line. I think it ruins the jersey. I actually do. I would, if I was a Flames fan, I would not buy that just for that fact that it has that seam line. I don't like that at all. But the actual logo looks really nice. But of course, you probably know what I'm gonna go for. Blasty for sure. Blasty, absolutely. So yeah, Blasty all the way. Blasty, I've always loved Blasty. There was definitely a time where people hated that jersey and they thought it was horrible, and I've always loved it. And so, yeah, I think it's great. I think it's the best. Well, okay, maybe not the best, but I think it's so good. The better logo, honestly, probably is the white C with the nice kind of like texture that comes out with those littler flames inside the flames. I think that looks so good. But overall, in terms of the actual jersey, definitely Blasty. This one, I do not like what the Canes did. And so, yeah, Hartford. I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of how they went back to Hartford. Same with the Nordiques, or the Avs going back to the Nordiques. I don't like that they did that, but that doesn't affect my ranking either, because I'm just, again, looking at what is the better jersey. What is the jersey that I like the look of more? And man, do Whalers jerseys ever look good. And not only that, I mean, up against this Canes jersey, I dislike that jersey immensely. I dislike when nicknames are shortened, like Bolts or Sens is, again, the worst offender. Sens, bleh. But I still think Sens is probably the worst jersey ever. Sens. Who cares? Anyway. But Canes, the colors are nice on the jersey. I just don't like that it says Canes. But no matter what, like, it's not beating a Whalers jersey, right? Right. Whalers jerseys just look so good, even though it's the Hurricanes, technically. But anyway, Blackhawks. I know I'm in the minority, but I like that Chicago jersey for the 2.0. I like it a lot. Yeah, I think it looks good, to be honest. I don't mind the striping. I don't mind that it just says Chicago across the front. At the same time, though, the other jerseys look really good, and especially when I saw them on the ice, those are nice jerseys on the ice. The 1.0 reverse retros, those are really nice looking when they actually wear them, I think, anyway. But yeah, so that's my choice. It's definitely that one. So we're up 5-2 for the reverse retro 1.0s. Colorado, again, I don't like that they went back to the Nordiques, but can't argue that is amazing work. Like, that jersey just looks so good. And so, yeah, definitely the Nordiques jersey. Blue Jackets. This is a harder one because I actually don't mind, even though I don't like that logo at all. For the 2.0, I don't like their current logo at all. And I don't like the jerseys that they have as their home jerseys right now either. I'm honestly thinking they're worse than the Capitals jerseys. Like, that's how bad I think they are now. I just do not like seeing the current jerseys for the Blue Jackets. But I think they should go to the Cannon. Honestly, I think most people probably do. I don't know about Blue Jackets fans. I don't know if I know any Blue Jackets fans, but man, do they like the Cannon too? Like, they should go to the Cannon, right? They should go to the Cannon all the time, full time, home and away, Cannon. But this reverse retro 2.0 would not be a bad alternate. It'd be better than their home jersey. The blue is a lot better on the sleeves. Just going a lighter blue, changing the color up so it's not. Oh, I just can't stand those other jerseys that they have right now. Oh. But anyway, yeah, it looks good. I think it's a better use of that logo, even though I don't like that logo at all. But yeah, it's a better use of it. And so it's nice enough. I still have the old reverse retro, though. I love that original logo, and I think it's so awesome. And I know it's, the red jackets or the white and red jackets or whatever, not necessarily the blue jackets. But yeah, it's good enough. It's nice. It's a nice looking jersey, right? Again, I'm not basing this off of, what it is. Oh, the red jackets? But no. It's a nice jersey. It's a nice looking jersey. Stars, easiest thing in the world. Definitely the 2.0. The 1.0, my least favorite of all time. Out of both series, that Dallas jersey is my least favorite out of any of them. It's just brutal. Anyway, Detroit, I know it's boring. It doesn't look the worst, but it's just the most boring thing, is that 1.0 jersey. I actually like the 2.0 here. I think the depths of the stripes, and it actually looks pretty good. I don't know. I don't mind it. I don't like when text logos have the shortened nickname, but I don't mind if it has the city name or the full nickname, like Rangers. Like, I don't mind that as much. I just hate when they shorten it. It just feels like, it feels very, I don't know. maybe unprofessional. Not that things have to be professional. I mean, if we were going by unprofessional, I wouldn't have some of the other jerseys that I like so high. I wouldn't like the Wild Wing jersey. So I don't know. It just bugs me though. It just feels like it's not the team. It just feels like it's not. I don't know. It bugs me anyway. It just bugs. Anyway, yeah, I don't mind that Detroit jersey at all. It's better than the other one, I think. Even though the other one's not that bad, it's just boring, right? That's the thing about it. It's just the most boring one, probably out of all of them. Boring, 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 right? Not bad, boring. Oilers, I really like what they did with the 2.0. I think it looks super good. That being said, and this is one that suffers from me not seeing them on the ice quite yet, except for the Canucks one, which I just watched the highlights. Actually, I found I found myself not really wanting to tune into Canucks games very often lately. I mean, they had a nice win against Pittsburgh. They had a not as nice win against Seattle, but it's just hard to be a Canucks fan pretty much all the time. There's one nice time in 2011 until, the last few games there. Oh man. Life anyway. But on the ice, I think really serves the 1.0 because I think it looks super good when it's on the ice. And I think I prefer it maybe because of that. That's why I prefer the look of it over the other one. Because in the pictures right now, it might not be, yeah, it is, but yeah, I'm not basing it off just these pictures. I'm basing it off the overall look, which I've seen more pictures, obviously, but yeah. So we'll go with that. Panthers, I love the powder blue one. It's so good, but my favorite jersey of all time in any way, not just reverse retro, but any jersey ever. I just love that jersey. I think it looks absolutely amazing. I even got a hoodie with it because it sold out so fast. And I didn't really want to buy a jersey if it wasn't a Canucks jersey, but I'm not a big jersey collector person. But I got a hoodie of that, and it looks similar, and it's Barkey. Love Barkey. Barkey's probably my favorite player at this point in the whole NHL. And yeah, it's just the best. It's just the best jersey there is. I can't get enough of that jersey. So as amazing as that powder blue one is, although I might have preferred to put an actual Panther on it, but I don't mind. Because again, it's like the same thing where I say with Buffalo, oh, it's not the Buffaloes, it's the Sabres. Here it's not the Palm Tree and Stick and Sons. But whatever, it looks good. It looks good, right? So anyway. Kings, definitely the 1.0. It just is so good. I love the 2.0 as well. 2.0 looks really good, but I don't think it can quite compare with that 1.0. That 1.0 is just top tier. So I thought these were a complete reverse, and this is actually where the comparison kind of comes in, because this is the one where people were just like, oh, it's a total reverse, which basically it is, right? It's just basically they're a home version of their last reverse retro. It's basically what it is. But there are some differences. First of all, they made the collar worse. They made the stripes on the shoulders worse. And they made the arms stripes different. I don't know if that part's worse or not, but yeah. The first one's way better. I don't like the collar on the 2.0 almost at all. It looks kind of strange. It looks like he's wearing like a dress or something, just a green kind of like short dress or shirt, or I don't know, because it's got that collar thing. Anyway, I don't know. It just, the color looks odd to me, and the striping I don't think improves it at all. The arm striping maybe, but not the shoulder striping. I don't think it looks good at all. So yeah, the first one I think is way better, especially looking at them beside each other like this. It's just, yeah, that's what it is. Montreal, I really like the Expos colors a lot, but I like the deep blue on there as well. And I do like that it has the red stripe as well. I think the red stripe in there helps that blue. But I still really, really like that Expos color jersey. I think that looks really good. Nashville, another pretty easy one. Yeah, I don't mind the other one at all. I actually quite like it. I wish kind of it was in blue, but it might not actually look as good as a jersey in blue. I'm not sure. That one's a difficult one. I mean, it looks better than when it was mustard colors. It does. The logo, though, is still quite something. But that old reverse retro was just so good. And the silver on the shoulders is awesome. And it's a better type of material, it seems, than the one that they have on the other one, the silver there. But yeah, no, I don't know if you can see it as well in these pictures, but yeah. Either way, the old one looks better. Devils. This one surprised me because I think that red and green should never be seen, should never be said. Right? Like, I like red and green together quite a bit, and I think that Devils jersey looks so good. But I found myself really, really liking the way they did these colors. And I know I guess technically it's supposed to be the Colorado Rockies. Yeah, interesting. But yeah, it to me, it like screams Scouts, but I know they're basically the same. So, and they're both past Devils things. So the Devils can say the Rockies. It might just be, you can probably think of it as both. You can think of it as the Scouts. You can think of it as the Rockies, whatever. It's just interesting because Colorado Avalanche did the Rockies as well. But this jersey looks a lot better than that, using the colors well. And I forget if the striping is the exact same as the old Rockies. But I'm guessing it probably is. I'm pretty sure all they did is take the Rockies jersey and put a Devils logo on it. But I don't know if they did reverse things, but they might have. The stripes might be, blue at the bottom and red at the top. I don't know. I didn't actually look at the other ones. But comparing it, yeah, I just love the way the colors pop. I love that. I think it looks really good. I think the use of color is very nice, in my eyes at least. Someone who likes red and green together, right? So you already know what my opinion is going to be like. But yeah. So, yeah. Okay. Not a big fan of the Fisherman, straight up. But, it's a nice enough jersey. Islanders, again, in terms of making a reverse retro, they utterly failed in the first year. They did it. But, again, I'm going to stick by what I said. That is one of the best jerseys. If not, you know what? I'm going to say it right now. That is the best jersey that the New York Islanders have ever had. Ever. Yeah, it fails as a reverse retro, but it does not fail as a jersey. And that should be their home jersey. That thing looks amazing. The stripes look amazing. The amount of white, I don't know, the white just helps it so much. The collar looks so much better. If you go and look at their current collar, it's horrible. It's horrible. It's like, it's like the orange and then the big orange thing dripping off. It's like a necklace. This one is like a collar, right? It's like an actual collar. And, I think a lot of Adidas, what is it called? Adi Zero. I don't know. But anyway, the new Adidas jerseys, a lot of them mess up the collars a lot. I do not like most of the collars that are there, but that collar looks good. That's part of it. But those colors, I love the white on top of the tiny little blue stripe and then the orange. I think that looks so good. I like the amount of kind of, I don't know, what do you call it? Girth? No, the width. I love the width of the stripes. I think that is a good width. I think it helps pop the color even more. I still think that's the best jersey the Islanders have ever had. It's the best logo they've had. And yeah, and I'm not a big fan of the Fisherman. I don't mind that jersey, but no, this first reverse retro jersey, even though it's not really a good reverse retro, it's a great jersey. It's a great jersey. This one's pretty easy too. The Rangers just improved upon their last reverse retro in pretty much every way. So yeah, the other one was it was an amazing logo. I love that Liberty logo. It's one of my favorite logos, but they made it pretty boring last time when they brought it back. So yeah, Looks really good. I thought I'd say the same thing about Blasty as well, but Blasty's has really grown over time. Even back then, like when they first released, I was like, oh, Blasty, they kind of made a little bit boring too. But as you look at it more, even when I actually made my ranking of the first reverse retros, I was like, no, Blasty's actually works pretty well. But this one, not so much. It just is boring. It's just pretty boring. With the logo there helps it a lot, but it's still a boring jersey. This time they got it all right. They got it all right. That blue looks nicer. The logo is there, and the logo always looks good. And yeah, just all around better jersey. Ottawa. Yeah, this is a good one. They're both. I like both of them, but I like the new one better. The old one I was really high on it when it came out, but it's kind of one of those jerseys that have lessened in my eyes a little bit. I like the black version better. Originally, when this came out, I liked it better than the black version, but the black version I actually do like better. Like their current home jersey, right? So yeah, I like their current home jersey better than that first reverse retro. I like it better than the new reverse retro as well, but I like the new reverse retro. I like that they brought those big fat colors back and the swoop kind of stripes, the Sydney Opera House stripes. No, I don't know. But yeah, I like it. I know a lot of people have it ranked a little lower, but I still quite like it compared to a lot of... It's kind of in the middle for me in terms of reverse retros, kind of a middle of the tier for 2.0, but I do like it better than the old one, definitely. Flyers, this is a pretty easy one for me as well. I definitely like their first version. It feels more like a reverse retro, and of course I'm not even basing it off of that, but it just looks better, right? It just looks better, so that's where I'm going with that. I have kind of warmed up to the 2.0 a little bit since it originally came out. I like the orange that's on their bottom of their sleeves. I think that's nice, but still not, the most, amazing thing they could have come out with. I don't know. It's hard with Philly because Philly is another team, kind of like Detroit, where, Detroit this time did something different a little bit. But it's hard to do stuff with Philly because they've really only had one logo. They haven't had a whole lot of jersey types, so... But yeah, they didn't do too bad. It's not a bad looking jersey. It's just a little bit boring. Not as boring as Detroit last time around, but it's kind of one of the more boring ones of this 2.0 series. Pittsburgh, easily, yeah, easily the RoboPen, and RoboPen is one of my favorite logos as well. I like it as the better logo. I love the RoboPen logo. It reminds me of when I first started watching hockey and played NHL 2002, and they had those awesome logos with Mario Lemieux, who apparently is not a big fan of the RoboPenguin, but I guess it got through this time, so that's good. That's good. And yeah, it's way better than that Pittsburgh word mark. I don't mind the word mark that much, but again, it's a little bit boring. Love seeing the RoboPen back, and yeah, love both RoboPen jerseys. If it were up to me, which... would upset, I'm sure it would upset a lot of Penguins fans, but if it were up to me, I'd make those. I'd make a comeback with those RoboPen jerseys being the home and away. That's what I would do. That's why I'm not in charge. No, it's because I'm poor. But anyway, Sharks. I like the colors on the 2.0s, but I can't give it. I can't give it there. Yeah. So, because we actually don't have a comparison with Seattle, the 1.0s have already won because they have 16 now. So that'll tell you what I think of that. They can't be beat, but we'll still go through. We'll see what I think of the rest of them. But yeah, the 1.0s, the reverse retro 1.0s, in my opinion, they were the better lot. And like I said at the start, they had the higher highs as well. That Florida Panthers one for sure. You'll see another one come up that was a higher high. A lot of higher highs in that first batch of reverse retros. I do think the reverse retro 1.0 did have the lower lows, but yeah, in my opinion, I think that was the better batch is the first one. But the second one was pretty good, and I still love that Sharks colors on this Seals retro jersey. I think that looks really good. I'm excited to see that on the ice. Again, I'm not sure who's worn them yet because the Canucks have worn them. Anyway, that's not important right now. We'll see when we see. This one, the original reverse retro that was like legit, like the most reverse retro-y of all of them, the St. Louis Blues 1.0. More like the St. Louis Reds, but still, they got the message. Reverse retro, that's 100% what that is. And I like it. I don't think it looks bad. It's just that, again, St. Louis Reds. But I don't think it looks bad. I just think it looks better on the other one. I'm a big fan of this yellow jersey. I think it looks cool. I think it's different, and I think that might be drawing me toward it more. It's different, right? It's something new, but it's not, right? Because it's just something that wasn't really released before 1967, because they went the other direction with the different looking blue note. Then both of them, actually, it's a little different than the reverse retro one logo as well. But yeah. Yeah, I like that yellow one. I think it looks good. We'll see it on how it looks on the ice, but yeah. Anyway, looks good, I think. Tampa, my favorite, my number one jersey of the 2.0 series was the Storm jersey, and just to show you how much better the other series was, I love that original Tampa jersey. I think it looks awesome. I think it's one of the best out of all the reverse retros. And I honestly, I don't know. I look at it and I'm like, is it better than that original black jersey version of it? I don't know. It might be. That blue looks really cool. And so, I don't know. It's one of the better reverse retros out of all of them. And so even though my favorite of the 2.0 batch is the Storm jersey, I just love the Storm jersey. I just think it's so cool. Again, is it professional? No, it's more like ECHL, but I just love it. I just love seeing it anyway. It doesn't bug me, It just makes me feel like that looks cool, right? It doesn't bug me like the old shortened nicknames does. Bolts. Ugh. To the credit of the Bolts, the last Bolts jersey they did, was that a Stadium Series or a Winter Classic? Probably a Stadium Series. They probably wouldn't do that for a Winter Classic. But the last time they used the Bolts, it was probably the best looking Bolts jersey, but I still don't like it much because it says Bolts. So, anyway, this kind of unprofessionalism, this to me is just fun unprofessionalism, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm just saying what I don't like and what I like and just calling it different names. I just don't like shortened nicknames, okay? I just think they're the worst. But fun, awesome jerseys with crazy pictures on them, yeah, give those to me. Those are good. Okay, Toronto. I saw Jay Onrait give a lot of love to this 1.0 jersey and give even more love to the 2.0 jersey. I think the 2.0 jersey is good. This picture is horrible for it. And I get why people laughed at the 1.0 jersey when it came out, because this picture does make it look like it's, something you'd buy at, I don't know, JCPenney. I don't know. I've barely been to JCPenney. But some kind of like, department store or something, right? Like just like a hoodie or a big sweater from a department store. That's kind of what it seems like, right? But that is one of those ones that really looks a lot better when it's on the ice. I like those pictures that I've seen of Austin Matthews wearing them when I was looking up the reverse retro 1.0s. They actually look pretty good. And maybe I should have used them. I decided to use mostly the model pictures, but I should have probably put that one up here. Oh, well, whatever. You can go Google it, whatever. But, man, those jerseys on the ice look so good. And Jay Onrait saying he thought that was like the best Leafs jersey they ever had. I think so too. I'm not a Leafs fan, but I think that is the best looking jersey they've had. Although now Jay Onrait thinks the 2.0 is the best jersey they've ever had. And it's nice. It's felt. It's good. But, yeah. I don't like it as much as the first one. Ooh, the Canucks. The Canucks. I love the red gradient jersey so much. And I love this green one, or I loved it when it came out. But this green gradient jersey is another one that's kind of like lessened in my eyes. over time that I haven't been as fond of. And I love the Johnny Canuck jersey. Actually seeing it, well, the numbers on the front could go without that, but I could, and yeah, the TD logo on the shoulder too. But I could see that potentially being a main jersey. And I don't think they do it now because of Abbotsford, but again, like, Abbotsford Canucks are based off of the Vancouver Canucks, right, guys? Just because Johnny Canuck is on the jersey doesn't mean that it's the Abbotsford Canucks. It's a Vancouver Canucks thing to have Johnny Canuck, even though they've only done it on a shoulder patch before, and it was just his head in a V. Anyway, I like that jersey. I would not mind if that was the full-time jersey of the Canucks, honestly. The Orca is fine. I like the Orca. My favorite, actually, is the stick and rink. And I think if most Canucks fans had a choice of what would be the main jerseys, they'd probably go back to the skate jerseys, which would be great, too. I like the skate jerseys a lot as well. But I think this would look pretty good as a jersey, a home jersey. But maybe an alternate. Although, again, like... I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if there might be pre-order sales that have already gone through on Fanbase, which is the Canucks store. But it's interesting to see them play in reverse retro jerseys before the actual jerseys are like officially released by the NHL. Because like Vancouver already lost in them. Is that going to help people's opinion of this jersey? Not at all. No. So are the sales going to be affected by that? Well, if they haven't already been able to pre-order on Fanbase, or maybe some people have got it through Fanbase already because they played in it. I don't know, but it might, when the official NHL sales come out, they might be affected by certain things with other teams as well if they start losing in their reverse retros. So I don't know. I feel like next time they do reverse retros, and I get that there's a time frame where, you know, they can only work with that so much before they come out, because this one took about like 1.5 to 2 years before they, you know, could actually release them. But I feel like before the season, like right before the season or as the season is starting, that's probably the best time to release them to the public for them to buy. Because I don't know. I think the opinion of these jerseys might go down once they see their teams losing. My opinion didn't go down because of this. I still think it's a really nice looking jersey, but anyway. But my opinion did go down, and not because they lost in them, but just looking at this old gradient jersey, the green gradient, it might have gone down because people started saying it looks like Sprite. That definitely didn't help my opinion of it. But I did love it when it came out. It's just gone down in my eyes, and I'm glad I didn't pick one up. And I don't know if I'll pick up the new one either, but again, I'm not really a jersey collector. I have a 2001 and 02 away jersey. I don't know, something around that era. But the white jersey with the red in it and the silver and blue. I have a Joe Manovsky jersey like that. I have the stick and rink Reebok one, so kind of like the updated stick and rink that they used in 2011. I like that jersey a lot. That's one of my faves. And actually, one of my favorite Canucks jerseys is their alternate now with this new stick and rink. I love that one. I just like the stick and rink quite a bit. I think it looks so good. The updated or the old one. I love the old one as well. So, yeah. I only have a couple Canucks jerseys, but I just feel like I have better things to spend my money on, honestly. And, you know, I love that there are people that go out there and collect. I love seeing THG's, you know, big jersey collection that he has and different things. It's always cool to see, but is it cool for me to actually do myself? No, like, I don't think so. So I'm not a big jersey collector anyway. Sometimes I think maybe if a good Canucks jersey comes out, one that blows me away even more than that Johnny Canuck one, because I do like that one. Then maybe I'll get one, but again, we'll see. Because I almost bought that reverse retro for the Florida Panthers. These both to me are not that great. I know the one glows in the dark. Yeah. It looks cool when it glows in the dark, but does it look cool otherwise? No, I don't think so. Does it look better than the red one? Maybe. These are both just really low to me. And the red one especially has really diminished in my eyes. So I don't even know which one I would choose as a better one. I ended up going with the red one just because they have a logo, but I don't know. Like, to me, I don't like either of them that much. So yeah, the Vegas one with text, like the 2.0 has grown on me a little bit, whereas the 1.0 has grown on me less and less over time, but I still don't think that they're very good. Like, I don't know. To me, they're not great. The glow in the dark is cool, but I'll still give it to the red one. I don't even know where to go with these. Jets, easiest decision of my life. I know a lot of people have had this gray one grow on them. It has not grown on me at all. At all. That's one of my least favorite 1.0 reverse retros, is that gray Jets jersey. I don't like it. Love the logo, but don't like the gray with that shoulders. I don't like I just don't like it. Okay. But the new one is amazing. I love the new one. The more people that say, could you put some red in there? I originally had that thought too, but again, that blue actually just by itself, the two shades of it or whatever, I think that actually looks very good, and I don't think they should have put red in it, to be honest. Maybe another time they do another, kind of jersey like similar. If they do another one with this logo, yeah, put red in it. But I think it looks very good without the red as well, and I don't mind that they did not put red in it. I think it looks amazing either way, and love it. In Washington, that's the last one, I think, right? Yeah, because we don't have Seattle. Not that Seattle would be after the letter W anyway, but anyway, both of these again are amazing in so many ways. I think I ended up ranking the 1.0 jersey in second place out of that 1.0 series. Yeah, when I first saw all the first reverse retros, the Washington one was my favorite. And this new one as well. This new one I thought was an old jersey that they had at first. I was like, oh, is that really a reverse retro? And I realized, oh man, actually no, they've never used that before. And why? It looks so good. I think it looks so good. I think it looks better on the black than it does at the blue that they had it on before. But yeah, they're both so good. Which one do I like better? You know what? I like the black one better. I do. I think it just looks so good. It's so much Washington Capitals. I know that they probably won't go back to that Screaming Eagle full time just because apparently it's pretty annoying to wear. Like the logo gets pretty annoying, poking you here in the armpit. I don't know what it's like actually, but apparently it's uncomfortable is what I've heard. So again, they probably wouldn't use it all the time. If they went to a different logo than what they currently have, which is the worst logo, it just says Capitals, but the worst primary logo, I should say. Maybe not the worst logo, but yeah, they probably wouldn't go with the Eagle. They probably would go with that W that they have, that they wore. I think they wore it last night. But anyway, that W with the stars that kind of forms in the middle of the Washington Monument, they probably would go with that if they changed their home jersey, which they should. But yeah, I miss that Screaming Eagle though. I miss it. I think it looked amazing. And well, anyway, yeah, that's what it is. 19-12 is the score that I guess I gave. So the 2.0s kind of started coming back a little bit near the end, but not really enough, obviously. 19-12. All right, so that's what I think anyway. I don't like ads on jerseys at all. I think that's horrible, and I feel like other people should be more upset about it so that it would go away. But yeah, I don't know. It just bugs me a lot. And also we found out that I like certain jerseys better than others, and that I like the 1.0 series better than others. So what did we learn today? That. Good. I'm glad you learned something. If nothing else, The one thing that I learned when making this was that the Minnesota Wild jerseys were a little bit different. So maybe that they were, not just a home version of the away, that there was a little bit different striping. So maybe if you wanted to do this for learning purposes, then maybe you learned something too. But I don't think that's probably why you watch. That's not why I watch things. Let's just get out of here.